Hi everybody! This time around we are at TULA Lommer, but outside because the sun is shining. And I have another sun shining right next to me. Her name is Moena de Jong, and a lot of you probably know her from some yoga lessons, Vinyasa Yoga you teach. And she's going to start regular classes. Which day is it going to be?
Starting from November 9.
November 9.
Friday mornings.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, looking forward.
And she's going to teach a teacher training, Vinyasa Yoga Teacher Training.
As well.
So
Together with Beatrice Savaris, who's already teaching here on Monday evenings.
Where do you want to take your students when you teach a class?
Hopefully I can guide them home. As closer and closer to your true self, like away from the mind fluctuations, away from doubts, away from sorrow, away from your daily life occupation of the label that you have given yourself or the label that others have given you. So hopefully I can guide students towards their home.
That's a beautiful answer. That's the most beautiful answer I could think of. Why is the body a good place to start?
That is a good question. As well, if you go back into the philosophy of yoga, it started, of course, thousands and thousands of years ago with the moral codes, the yamas and niyamas, or you can call them the observations and the abstinences, the what to do, what not to do, and this was the base of the yoga practice. But later they found out that it was not for everyone to practice those moral codes because it's quite something to hold back from things that you cannot do, and so the yogis then discovered that the body is a tool to practice discipline and of course to become more strong, to become more flexible, are beautiful side effects that we should also not forget, and it's a great first experience. But so regardless, whatever your purpose is, your goal is, you will experience that your body is changing, but overall the effect, and therefore I think yoga practice nowadays is so popular. People do experience eventually that their mind is changing, they become more open, how they observe themselves, how they look at others, and become more free inside themselves.
So the work on the mat is just the starting point.
A little preparation for your real life practice.
Exactly.
I didn't make that up, but it's I
Right.
think that's just what it is.
Right.
We didn't invent it all.
Yeah.
It was like discovered thousands of years ago, but still it's a beautiful thing to discover yourself again and again. We're never done. That's not to discourage ourselves, no student, not ourselves, but it's like it's a beautiful thing to remember, and also to keep up hope and to keep up doing the effort on and off the mat, as we're never done. So it's like, I think it's a bliss idea to realize that even if you have this like, oh yeah, aha moments, and then maybe a day later or the next time you're on the mat you think like, wow, what happened last time, I don't receive it, I don't feel it right now.
Yeah.
So whatever the fluctuations in your life are, it influences your practice on the mat, and therefore it's so nice to go with those fluctuations and to practice with that.
Yeah.
And to be open for the moment. Therefore you will never have to feel discouraged or lost or sad if something doesn't work out, if a pose doesn't work out, and then the next time it does, it helps you to stay open for the present moment.
Right, because it's an ongoing process. I experienced that. Sometimes I have also my struggles with yoga. I'm on the mat and I'm thinking, why is this not working? Why am I not feeling like, I don't know, this like deep
Superwoman!
Exactly. Because I felt that before, so why doesn't it always work? That's a very interesting point.
Interesting. We never wake up the same way we woke up yesterday.
Right.
I mean, every cell in our body is constantly changing, so it simply cannot.
Right.
Whatever
It's a good
happens in
reminder.
life, the good stuff, the challenging stuff, it influences whom we are, what we do, how we think, how we experience. So therefore, our practice goes with that ongoing changing.
What is the one thing that you really want to teach a future yoga instructor? What is the one thing that you would like them to be able to convey in their classes?
I think it's to never forget how you started yourself, because you're making an evolution, you're moving forward, you see new things, you learn new things, you go teach them. The way you look at yourself is changing. Sometimes it's like a little bit of a challenge to, as your practice is changing, to still see your relationship that you have in your life, to deal and to accept that those are not changing in that same pace, in the same speed, in the same tempo that you're doing. And I'm not saying that it's slower or not good, but it's just that as you change, you cannot expect others to change in the same pace.
Right.
And so I think that as a teacher, it's good to remember that the others around you are also changing, but not in your pace. So to constantly place yourself in their shoes.
And maybe not in your direction. Also,
Maybe
right?
no,
Yeah.
because they're walking their own path. They're
Exactly.
walking in their own shoes, and to see their evolution and to accept that it's maybe going in a different way,
Right.
wherever it's taking them,
Mhm.
and to realize that as different as the other may seem, that we still have comparisons. We all have that same, I don't know, I don't want to call it ambition, but we all have the desire to be simply happy. And I think
Right.
if we can remember that whatever the differences that is between you and me, between the teacher, the student, and because the teacher is always still the student, that you can still meet each other,
Right.
regardless the differences that show on
Right.
the outside.
Well, I love what you say because it links me immediately to our practice off the mats.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
This is just a playground, a preparation. It's like kindergarten for real life interactions, real life relationships.
Right. What is your favorite yoga principle and how can we practice it off the mats?
But one thing that occurs, I guess I have way more, but one thing that occurs is the sentence in Sanskrit you say, Satyam bruyat,
Yes.
Priyam bruyat. Speak the truth, yet speak what is pleasant. So when you talk with someone and when you want to tell that person what you're really thinking, don't hold back in speaking the truth, but speak up in such a way that you don't hurt the other.
Right.
In that way, you can never get into a situation where the relationship is going like that, because if you speak up from your heart without the intention to hurt the other,
Mm-hmm.
you can only come closer. If the other maybe feels hurt by your words, even though energetically that person will feel that if it comes from the heart, not done with harm on purpose, you will eventually
Come together.
together.
Beautiful.
mm,
You've been teaching for a long, long time, right?
well, no, I'm just starting.
That's amazing. That's beautiful.
Really?
Yeah?
What is a long time? I mean, I'm aging and I'm teaching yoga classes, asana classes
Mhm.
for 11 years. It's the base. It's just a little foundation. So I hope. Just starting.
What's your favorite thing about teaching?
I try to not favorize. I try to be equanimous as possible, but favorite thing about teaching is checking in the room, seeing the first students come in, setting a connection either verbally or energetically,
Right.
and then after class when I see the students leave, and then see, even though I try not to compare, but still see either by talking to some students or feeling energetic that something has shifted, something has positively changed.
Yeah.
That is my favorite theme of any class.
I feel a little bit emotional now. I took a certain number of classes with you in the past,
Yeah.
and I was telling you previously how I cherish the fact that you always took the time to talk to me and to other students before class, after class, and to make a perfect circle out of those teachings on the mat. So I'm extremely excited for this period that we have ahead in TULA with you, teaching the trainings and the classes. So thank you very much for this interview.
Cool. Thank you too. Looking
Thanks.
forward to.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Thank you, and thank you for giving this interview. Moena was not very fond of this idea of being online, but well, we managed. Thank you so much.
But the sun was really helping to host us.
It is
on this
helping, huh?
moment. Yeah.
So, I hope to see you on the mats at Moena's classes, other teachers' classes, and well, let's do the work.
I hope so too.
See you soon. Doei!
Peace out.